Hey everyone, I'm Bill Vencil. This is Chords of Orion, and on today's video we're going to be looking at the Strymon Ultraviolet, a truly cool vintage vibe pedal. Let's get right down to it. Alright, I can't wait to get into the Ultraviolet, but first, full disclosure, I need to let you know that Strymon contacted me and sent me the Ultraviolet. Let's get back to it. The Ultraviolet is the newest of Strymon's series of small form factor pedals, and this one is pretty dang cool. It's a vibe pedal. I'm talking Uni-vibe. This Ultraviolet definitely gets off into that territory with some new modern twists. Here is my guitar tone without the Ultraviolet on. Just a little bit of reverb, it's the cloudburst at the end. Let me go ahead and turn the Ultraviolet on, and as you can see, I've got all the knobs pointed at noon. Yeah, that's your classic vibe pedal sound, isn't it? Now, I want to let you know that I actually have the Ultraviolet set up in the signal chain before I get to my Strymon Iridium amp modeler. And the Strymon Iridium is set up for a slightly crunchy tone. And that's a classic way to run a vibe pedal. You put it in front of a slightly distorted amp and ooh yeah, it just sounds great. And, you know, if you throw some delay in there, Strymon Brig in this case. If you didn't like vibe pedals before this video, I'm hoping you'll like them after this video. All right, so let's talk about some of what the Ultraviolet does. First up, it's got a volume knob, and this is a really great thing to have on a vibe pedal. Yeah, so it's pretty subtle. I believe it's -4 dB to +4 dB. And this will allow you to equalize out the affected signal with your dry signal, at least the signal without the Ultraviolet engaged. And you can also use it for a little bit of a boost into the front end of the amp. It's pretty cool. In the upper left-hand corner, right there, we've got a little three-way switch. If you move the switch to the left, you're in chorus mode, and here's what that sounds like. And that is a 50-50 blend between the Ultraviolet vibe circuit and your unaffected tone. And that's what really gives that phase cancellation effect for the chorusing kind of effect. All right, if you're in the middle position, you're in blend mode, and this is a 70-30 combination, which gives kind of a smoother, more subtle vibe. Oh, I know, it's the dad jokes. I think it's going to keep going on this video. I'm really sorry about that. Yeah, that's cool. And if you move the switch all the way to the right-hand side, it is in vibrato mode, which is 100% wet. Yeah, they're all really nice, and they all give your tone very different flavors. In the lower right-hand corner is the speed knob, and this simply adjusts the speed of the oscillation of the vibrato effect. There's a lot of variation in the difference between the speed knob all the way to the slowest to all the way to the fastest. Next to the speed knob is the intensity knob, and that simply adjusts the intensity of the oscillation. So how subtle or how out there it is. Now I've got the intensity all the way down. And there's basically no oscillation with the intensity all the way down. If we bring it all the way up, we're going to have a ton of intensity. Lots of options there. The last control on the unit is the bias switch in the upper right-hand corner. There are 3 settings, low, medium, and high, and this switches the center point of the oscillation. As you might expect, when you've got it set to low, you're focusing on the low frequencies. Mid or medium is in the middle, and then high is going to focus on your high frequencies. It's set to low right now, so let's check that out. All right, let's try medium. And high. Strymon says, and I tend to agree with him, that the high setting can get you kind of that Pink Floyd-y breathe kind of sound. I'm not actually going to try to play it, copyright and all that good stuff. That's a really beautiful sound. As you can hear, I turned on the Brig delay. I really like combining the vibe pedal with the delay pedal. Yeah, it's pretty sweet. So, how does the ultraviolet sound with a more distorted tone, like a lead tone? Well, as you might expect, sounds pretty good. So I've got one dialed up here, and let's see what we have. Now, I don't play like Robin Trower, but can you hear that vibe in there? right, the Ultraviolet, it's pretty awesome as a vibe pedal, but did you know it can also function as an EQ pedal? So if you leave the intensity knob turned all the way down and then flip through the mode and the bias options, you can get significantly different EQ curves into your guitar tone. So intensity is all the way down, mode is in blend, and the bias is currently set to high. Check this out. Now let me bring the high down to medium or mids. And I brought it down to low. Did you hear it got a little more nasally? Let's go ahead and try the actual vibrato mode, and the bias is set to high. That's pretty cool. Now, let's try the chorus mode on low. Now medium. And high. This wouldn't be an ambient guitar channel without a little bit of volume pedal, volume swells work. So let's give it a go and see what we can get. So there you have it, some features and sounds of the Strymon Ultraviolet. What did you think about this little purple pedal? Drop a comment below. Let me know your thoughts. I really like it a lot. It does remind me of my old Uni-vibe unit from way back in the day. And it kind of makes me want to get a real Fender Deluxe reverb again and put this pedal in front of that Deluxe reverb with a little bit of crunch dialed in. Oh man, that would be good. So I've got a playlist here of other Strymon videos I've done here on the channel. I hope you'll vibe out with me on those videos.